may last for a while. Let's determine that. I'll leave a recording leave a recording running as long as possible, and with a few breaks for battery changes, downloading, uploading information, showing contractions. There we go. Straining, I think it's called. Prefer to whatever. Straining suggests a much more voluntary component. Push, push. She's down she should. Excuse my cynicism, perhaps, regarding the process in humans. Is in fact this fetal cortisol initiation of the birth process, and all the hormonal milieu, which also introduces maternal behaviour and milk letdown and so on and so forth. I believe that is incredibly important in terms of the bonding between the mother and the pups, and that includes human mothers and their children. And this is why I very strongly disagree with the scheduling of births, whatever it's called. I ban it from my mind. I don't think it's sensible to say, oh, I want it born on my mother's birthday or whatever. Maybe the mother doesn't want it born on her birthday, whether she be dead or alive. I don't know. Just an aside. I like to think that my repertoire is not limited, excuse me, one shift of the camera, is not limited to the purely physiological processes, even in animals. In fact, well, not in fact, but in relation to that, I never published this paper, but I did determine that in female rats that had given birth, there was an increased number in projections, ascending projections, neural projections from the hypothalamus, single cells in the hypothalamus, to higher regions, cortical regions, other higher regions of brain, so indicating that the change in the hormonal milieu, which is regulated by the hypothalamus and influences the hypothalamus in turn, then in turn yet again has an effect upon higher function, cortical or otherwise, and sufficient to alter behaviour. I don't recall the specific sites that I looked at, but I think the majority were limbic sites, including limbic cortical sites, possibly the cingulate cortex. I can't recall all of them. Probably to the hippocampus and septal regions and bed nucleus stria terminalis as well. Circuit of Pappas, limbic circuit, which is not incidentally considered to be the circuit necessary for milk letdown when pups are suckling on the teats. It is the pup suckling on the teats that causes the milk letdown. It causes, again, synchronization of the oxytocin neurons, but the pathway is still, I think it involves lateral lemniscus, and that's about as much as we know. We also know that it's important for the EEG to be somewhat synchronized, which is the reason most women experience it as a pleasant experience. So despite the fact that there's some creature nibbling or biting or chewing or scratching, in many instances, mammalian instances obviously, on a rather sensitive region. And in fact, that brings me to another point. How's about that for a sensitive region? Oxytocin is present in the male. Why? Males do not have milk letdown, we don't have uterine contractions. Yeah, oxytocin serves a number of other functions. I think I've mentioned that it has effects in the CNS on memory consolidation and retrieval, and it is also released at orgasm in both male and female, and it is released, interestingly enough, at defecation. Leads you to draw your own conclusions as to the significance of those determinations. So, released in both sexes. I don't know if I said both species or both sexes. I meant both genders. Sexes, species, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm more tired than she is. It's been a very, very, very long day for me, and it is currently, golly, what time is it? About midnight. Yep, it's 13 minutes past midnight. Not an unusual time for a doggy to give birth, although I've had many give birth during the daytime. And most of my animals do not have the statutory 24-hour period of being frantic and hiding in corners and scratching at everything. Mine tend to be extremely relaxed. I had one instance where one of mine, I knew she was going to give birth. I put her on the back of the sofa. She was sort of up there with me, and I was sat there, and she was just behind me. And I think we both dozed off, and all of a sudden we both woke up, just as the puppy was popping out. A very, very easy process. And this is not necessarily such an easy process because it's an animal, because I just mentioned all the scratching and blah, 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 but possibly more because of the, let's call them psychosocial and emotional media, again, controlled by the limbic system. And I think it also helps that the other dogs are around, so there's a pack order. Let me just check the focus on this a little bit. Forgive me. Maybe some, you can hear one of the dogs growling over there. Quick, Grizz. Oh, we suddenly started up probably because I've gone quiet. Oh, it's not Grizz, it's actually one of the girls who is like harassing the boy, trying to get him to get up and play. I shall soon fix that. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some drink briefly. I'm very tired, I'm on my feet tonight. Hurt. I'll leave the camera running. Enjoy yourselves. Y'all. Hey girls, come here. I'll put you up on the bed. You won't interfere. Not that you've interfered yet, but why not? There you go. Okay. And you didn't even miss out on your nighttime cheese snack. Everybody got it about an hour ago, including the expectant or about to be not expectant mother who seems to be I'm going to indulge in my terrible habit of smoking, and while I do so, I think I might indicate the profound degree of infrared coming from a lighter. It's even more interesting when you look at various light bulbs. I should add that in at the end of this. Regular incandescent being extremely bright in the infrared and hence energy inefficient. The fluorescent full of mercury, which I don't approve of, being somewhat brighter, less bright, and the LEDs being really modest. Thank you. Preservation of our planet. beginning. I don't know how long this is going. Oh, I've got a moth come in. I had an infestation of moths today. I don't know why. Anyway, outside. It is incidentally springtime, the date being, I don't know what. The date now being the beginning of the 25th of March. I mean April, excuse me, April. And just after Passover, if that means anything to anyone, which I'm sure it does. And it made me very happy that she was going to give birth during Passover. One letter she gave birth to was quite unexpected. She fooled me. I didn't realise she was pregnant. Don't know how she did it. I'm very careful to regulate my pregnancies. Anyway, she gave birth on my father's birthday, which I rather approved of. And her mother, this dog's mother, was born shortly after my mother died. And she's over somewhere behind me, taking it easy. I'm expecting contractions again fairly soon.